Alright, here's a classic old redneck basement project. I started it before I was ready and got excited about it, and I built this kind of door before. I did this for a shed I did at 462 Harold Avenue. The McCarthy's have it now, and it's still work for them, I'm pretty sure. It's basically, I try to make as indestructible a door as I can, tough enough that it's going to be deter theft. So what you're looking at here is a 4x8 sheet of pressure treated plywood with 1x6 stiles, vertical stiles, and 1x4 horizontal stiles in the middle. And the trick to this is you sort of reinforce the door and you don't give thieves any opportunity. And the idea is that you make it sturdy enough that they go somewhere else. The real key is having some hinges, big heavy-duty strap hinges, 4 of them. Ideally there would be a 4x4 right here that is part of the shed that you bolt through bolts. You see everything is a through bolt. Screws, they can pry those out pretty easily, but with a through bolt you're able to secure it pretty well, as long as the thieves can't get to the nuts. Alright, so what happens is the 4x4 is here, you through bolt it to it, and then the frame of the door is then stabilized by these 2x4s on the inside and by the 1x on the outside. And this is all pressure treated on the outside. I didn't use pressure treated on the inside. It didn't really need it because it's going to be protected. And so the through bolts, these strap hinges go all the way through here, and these through bolts go through the 2 holes on the strap hinge. And on the outside you can see they're carriage bolts there, and they're into 2 pieces of wood and the plywood, so it's going to be a really extra sturdy joint there. And then on the locks, we have 2 locks, one high, one low. It's a nice big door. It's 4x8, so you're easy to get in and out, but also weakens it by making it that big. So what we do is we line up the lock with the stile. We drill a bigger hole through the outside, big enough for the deadbolt to go through, but then the classic 2 1/8 drill just through the wood on the inside. So the deadbolt sits in here protected, so a thief can't hit the deadbolt without hitting the wood. And the deadbolt sits in here and then comes through the outer lock to attach into the strike, which is going to be on the shed. It'll be a 4x4 itself as well. So a 4x4 will sit here, it'll strike into that and put a plate in that, reinforce it, and they can't knock it in and they can't pry it out. So there's 2 of those locks, and then the 2x4s are reinforced with metal brackets at the corners to strengthen those joints. And then the locks, because what can happen is somebody can try to pry this out. What's going to happen if they pry this out, all that's going to happen is it's going to break off the plywood, because the lock mechanism here is reinforced by this vertical 2x4 that is screwed in at regular intervals along the length of it, so that these 2 pieces act as one. So if anybody tried to pry it out, the strength of the 2x4 and the deadbolt in the 2x4 strengthens it. This vertical 2x4 strengthens it such that it's not going to pry out, and all they're going to do is pry off this wood. So that's the you never want to say indestructible, but semi-theft-proof plywood door. Nice big door, 4 hinges, big strap hinges, and not much to grab on the outside, and 2 deadbolts. You obviously bolt them up the same or key them the same, and that should be a nice secure door that will deter most thieves. Nothing to grab out here, nothing to pull out, only carriage head bolts.